First off the top tonight, the national unemployment rate stands at 8.1%. It's about 12% for all veterans. That number is even higher for young veterans, where the unemployment rate hovers at around 19% for those 20 to 24 years old.
As Florida and much of the nation deals with what many economists say is a still stagnant economy, we begin with a growing push to connect local veterans with jobs. News Channel 5's Alex Sands heard some remarkable stories of service and struggle at a job fair for veterans just this morning. He is here with his report. Alex?
So many veterans at that job fair, Shannon J., hoping to bring their families the kind of news they've been hoping for so long. Here and across the country, there is this growing push to help them. In Florida, elsewhere, as more service members prepare to return home.
And you worked on the F-16 engines as well?
Among the crowd of employers of the unemployed, there was James Pepler.
Maybe 100 people here hiring, and probably 3 or 4 that are in my comfort zone.
A 21-year Air Force veteran, he was until early September a director of military affairs for the now defunct Digital Domain Media Group.
You know, for me, I told my wife, I said, you know, honey, I'm not going to have any trouble finding a job, and I'm not going to have any trouble finding a good-paying job.
Increasingly, service members are returning from overseas with a wide and varied skill set, and yet for so many of them, it's tough going. Among Iraq and Afghanistan-era war veterans, the unemployment rate stands at 10.9%. It's far higher for veterans in their 20s.
For some men and women, it can be daunting. You know, there are a variety of issues they need to work through themselves as human beings. But however, that being said, a lot of times the employers just don't see the value of having the veterans on their team.
Florida has one of the highest concentrations of veterans in the country, a focus of job fairs specifically targeting former service members. This job fair set out to tap into a broad pool of veterans. There were jobs at retailers, energy companies, defense contractors. James Pepler, who flew fighter jets before landing a Digital Domain, this day met with Stewart-based turbo combustor.
I was an F-16 pilot, so I understand and have operated jet engines. They're defense contractors, and I've done defense contracting on the government side for 7 years.
Helping build engine parts. That isn't too far of a stretch.
You know, I mean, it's not that much different. Program management for visual effects, program management for jet engines, a lot of it's the same. You know, making motors for fighter aircraft is pretty cool.
There's been a big push by the White House in recent months to get more veterans hired. More than 100,000 have been hired over the past year. The hope is to double that number by 2014. Shannon?
Alex, thank you.